They said, boy, can you make fans stand and scream your name?
Sevenbergen on the high side.
Can you hit
On the high line, Mitchell sideways in front of Prosper and going to 6R.
Amy Zucker.
Down low, Horace Lee on the up, photo finish.
We're beating and banging here in the sportsman class. Still banging as we head down.
Rempel going to work there. Oh, 5 wide for a moment through 1 and 2. Back down to 4 and 3 wide off of 2. What a showing.
So 6 spots remaining here for the Sport Mod A feature here. AJ Boulware, Eric Haase on the front row. Caution lights are down. Billy Lloyd watching him over. You hear the RPMs increase as we get set for green flag out of turn number 4. Better start this time by the front row. So Boulware and Haase side by side now. Again, Boulware getting a little sideways in that 14 machine. Haase trying to take it advantage. Andrews sitting back there as they go 3 wide for the 4th, 5th, and 6th spot. Here comes Gannett upstairs. Haase will lead lap 1. Boulware in that 2nd spot. Gannett up into the 4th spot behind Matt Andrews. Now Jacob Kank trying to take a look back to the inside of Dana Diekey as Andrews peeks in for that 2nd spot here. Remember, only 2 go. Now Andrews will make it side by side with Boulware. Eric Haase, Matt Andrews. Andrews with a run out of 2. Now he'll pull alongside of Eric Haase, the 45, the 22. Top 2 side by side as we complete lap number 3.
Down the front stretch in the turn around, Matt Andrews has the lead over Eric Haase. AJ Boulware sitting back there in 3rd. Jerry Gannett 4th. As Matt Andrews leads him into turn number 3, along with Eric Haase, AJ Boulware, Jeremy Gannett.
Gannett trying to get the outside of the racetrack worked in. He'll move into the 3rd spot, the 38 machine. 8 laps left to go. Gannett figuring out the outside right now as he's worked up in 1 spot out. Haase holding on to the final transfer spot right now. Matt Andrews still out in front. 7 laps left to go.
Matt Andrews in the lead. Eric Haase hanging on in 2nd, but chasing him down that 38 of Jeremy Gannett. Then it's AJ Boulware, followed by that 36 of the Dana Diekey. Back there in that 5th spot, out of turn number 4. Once again, it is Matt Andrews.
So
Eric Haase, Jeremy Gannett.
So 6 laps left to go as Gannett pushes it up just a little bit, but 1 car length back from Haase. That is the transfer spot into turns 3 and 4. Now, Gannett looking to the outside of Haase. Haase has to know he's there. They're side by side down the front straightaway. Andrews out in front. Gannett trying to make the outside work as he's looking for a transfer spot.
Matt Andrews with the lead, followed by Eric Haase. Jeremy Gannett chasing him down on the outside. Whoa, it's close coming out of turn number 4, but it's still Matt Andrews, Eric Haase, followed by AJ Boulware, Dana Diekey.
Side by side for 2nd. Gannett continuing to hound Haase. 3 and 4 seems to be where Gannett has the top side figured out as he'll take the 2nd spot. 3 laps left in this one as Matt Andrews continuing to show the way in the 22 machine. Gannett in 2nd. Now Haase jumping up behind him.
Matt Andrews brings him out of turn number 4. 2 sticks up, 2 to go for Matt Andrews, Jeremy Gannett, Eric Haase. Now moving in there, looks like the 66 of Trevor Noonan, moving into that 4th spot.
So Noonan all the way from the rear of the field. Does he have enough time to reel in Haase and Gannett? White flag waves for Matt Andrews one more time around the speedway.
Matt Andrews, Jeremy Gannett, Eric Haase. Then it is Trevor Noonan. A little bit too little, too late, but it's not going to be for the 22 of Matt Andrews and the 38 of Jeremy Gannett.
So Haase slides up in front of Gannett. It goes to Haase. Right rear flat tire on Gannett's car. So as they work to the checkered flag, Gannett loses a right rear tire and loses a transfer spot, a heartbreaker for the 38 machine. But Matt Andrews in the 22 machine will move on to the A feature and taking with him the 45 of Eric Haase. Throughout the area, so many places yet to go. Looks like caution lights are down as the safety specialists jump off the racetrack. Sacco and Johnson, your front row, they'll set the pace. Longnecker and Hopkins in row 2. Billy Lloyd will watch him over as Sacco and Johnson bring us to the green flag.
In the turn number 1, Jake Sacco with the advantage over David Johnson. Hunter Longnecker looking on the inside for that 3rd spot. But it is Jake Sacco, David Johnson, lap number 1.
Donovan will run Harms up to the fence. Sacco, Johnson, Longnecker. Here comes Hall now to the inside of Longnecker. The battle for the 3rd spot. Longnecker will hold off as Haddock's around in the 05 in turn number 2. Jake Sacco continuing to lead. Now Longnecker trying to work on that outside line like Gannett had.
Working on the outside of that 44D, I believe that is Derek Hall.
So Hall on the inside, Longnecker on the outside. Sacco and Johnson currently 1 and 2. Those guys got themselves locked in as we speak. 9 laps left in this one.
Jake Sacco, David Johnson, Hunter Longnecker. Then you got Derek Hall in that 4th spot. One of James Hopkins.
So the battle for 3rd continuing. Hall and Longnecker side by side, the top 2 cars. So now a 3-car battle as Hopkins puts his name in there as well for the 3rd spot. Hall, Longnecker, and Hopkins all chasing Jake Sacco and David Johnson, your top 2. 6 laps left in this one. Hall around the tires. Hopkins now thinking about making it 3 wide on the rear bumper of Longnecker's. They work into turns 3 and 4. This time by 5 down, 5 to go, B feature. So Sacco out in front now will have to deal with Cole Haddock's a lap car as we have 4 laps left to go in this one. Sacco and Johnson, no pressure right now as they run in the top 2. Sacco will work around Haddock's very gingerly as he knows he's locked in at this point. Hopkins now solidifying the 4th spot behind Hall in 3rd. Longnecker back into the 5th spot. 3 laps left to go this time, Jimmy.
3 laps up, Jake Sacco, David Johnson, Derek Hall. Then you got the 81 moving in there. That is none other than James Hopkins. But right now we're coming around 2 laps left to go for Jake Sacco, David Johnson, and then it's Derek Hall in 3rd.
So Johnson will work around Cole Haddock's lap cars between he and the 3rd and 4th place cars as they'll work down to the white flag this time for Jake Sacco, that 14 machine. Johnson in that 2nd spot.
White flag's out, 1 to go. Jake Sacco, David Johnson, Derek Hall. You got the 81 of James Hopkins.
The battle for that 3rd spot, they'll have to work around Cole Haddock's here. Hopkins a blow to the top side around Hall, trying to get around Haddock's as Jake Sacco picks up the win. David Johnson goes 2nd, Hopkins 3rd, Hall in 4th. Longnecker in the 5th spot, so the top 2 cars moving into the feature here tonight. The 14 machine, it's Jake Sacco and the Punisher, the 97 of David Johnson. Scouten and Thompson on the front row. Take 2. You got a guy like James Robach at the rear of the field. Scott Stiskel at the rear of the field. Cole Wayman at the rear of the field. Heavy hitters deep in this field.
Keep your eyes on them. 12 laps to decide the last two starters in your A feature. Let's go racing.
Wayman getting impatient on the start, knocking the right front off of that car. The 18W will pull it off into the pit area. Look at James Robach on the top side. The 75 machine now going for the 5th spot as Schouten will lead lap number 1.
Ari Schouten, Logan Thompson. Here comes the 75 of James Robach. He is on a mission. He got on that high side, and look at him. He's already up to 3rd in a lap and a half.
So Scout and Thompson don't look now, but here comes the 75 machine of Robach. Draper holds on to 4th, and it's McCarthy. The battle for 2nd out of turn number 2. Thompson, the 90 on the bottom side by side into turn number 3. It is the 75 of Robach upstairs. Thompson on the bottom side. Scouting out in front in that KMJ 99RE machine. 9 laps left to go as Robach now into that 2nd spot.
Ari Schouten down the backstretch along with James Robach. Then it's Logan Thompson. That's your top 3. It is Ari Schouten, James Robach, Logan Thompson. Then it is the 62, and that is Bobby Draper sitting back there in 4th.
So 7 laps left to go. The 99RE of Schouten out in front. Robach in the 75 machine trying to chase him down. James Robach starting outside of row number 5 in this one, now in that 2nd spot, reeling in the 99RE with 6 laps left to go.
The Ari Schouten with the lead. James Robach, Logan Thompson, Robert Draper. That's your top 4. They go into turn number 3. Look at the gain on the 75 of James Robach on the 99RE of Ari Schouten. 5 down, 5 to go.
So the top 2 continue to work out in front. Thompson in that 3rd spot. Then it's Bobby Draper in the 62 machine. Patrick Donovan. Stiskel continuing to work on Kendall McCarthy in the 11 machine. And then it's Mitch Coble in the M22. Alex Donovan in the 26T. Tom Beal in the 37 machine. 4 laps remaining as Schouten will hold on to the 2-3 car length advantage into turns 3 and 4. Robach trying to run him down as we have 3 laps left to go. Left front problems now on the 714 of Stiskel.
Ooh, it looks like an upper control arm or upper ball joint there went on the 714 of Scott Stiskel. Here come your 2 leaders, Ari Schouten and James Robach, trying to avoid the 714 of Scott Stiskel, who's trying to lift that car off the track with 2 to go.
2 to go. Robach is on the rear bumper now. Oh, Schouten the battle for the race lead. Take a look out of turn number 2. Schouten can pull it out to a car length advantage. Robach will race it to the top side. Side by side for the race lead as we look for the white flag. Out of turn number 4 this time by. It is Schouten and Robach side by side. One more time through turns number 1 and 2.
James Robach started tailing Charlie on the field, now battling for the lead. He's on the outside of Ari Schouten. We're going to be coming to the checker flag. The final 2 transfers to the A main. They will be James Robach, Ari Schouten. Logan Thompson on the outside looking in will finish in 3rd. Bobby Draper in 4th. And then it'll be the 4D of Pat Donovan finishing in 5th.
Mitch Coble, Kendall McCarthy, Alex Donovan, and Tom Beal round out the field. How about that one, race fans? James Robach coming from the last row of the 75 machine, working the top side, picking up the A feature win. Or I'm sorry, B feature win. He'll move on to the A feature. Ari Schouten, that 99RE machine in the 2nd spot. Partly, maybe one of those things, you start out front, you don't know what's going on behind you. Ari not knowing the outside is that good for Robach.